Kill Your Local Animal Abuser.
Yeah, nice little homage to the 2000s Kill Your Local Drug Dealer merch.
Bro, thank you. Yeah, exactly.
Even if you're not a vegan, it's not something I think anyone can really push back on.
Yeah.
And say that's a message I disagree with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or maybe not like to the full extent of murdering human beings, but you know, the implication.
We do a thing every night where I'll talk about it and point to that banner and like, kill your local animal abuser. And most of the room erupts, and it's like most of the room aren't vegan, but
yeah,
it's something I think that.
Hello, how are you doing? My name is Lachlan Watt and music is my life. I'm back home after my quick visit to the UK and would like to welcome you to the 25th episode of my podcast. This many episodes in, I'm starting to feel like I'm kind of getting a bit of a handle on things, and I'm really excited about what's to come. I've even put a slight bit of effort into my studio space here and pulled out a bunch of old posters from my treasure chest to help make things hopefully look a little bit more interesting and a little bit less shitty behind me. Now, with the amount of great conversations I have in the can and the total absence of upcoming travel plans, I can now say with confidence that I'll be able to stick to a regular release schedule, or at least for the next 3 months, and you can expect new episodes of the podcast to be dropping every Tuesday. Now, for those who are listening to the pod and might also be interested in watching it, you can stream the video on Spotify now too. I'd previously kept it to YouTube just to try and encourage some growth there, but it turns out that Spotify will actively push your podcast out to a wider audience if you let them have the video as well. So with that in mind, if you're enjoying what I'm doing here, it would really be a great help to me if you could please take a second to help me grow this project by liking, subscribing, following, rating, reviewing, commenting, or even sharing the podcast with a friend or two. Why not? Now, moving on to the actual meat of the episode, this week's guest is my friend Dane Evans, vocalist of Sydney deathcore band To The Grave. If you're unfamiliar with them, here's a quick slice of a track called Burn Your Local Butcher. That track can be found on the band's 5th album, Everyone's a Murderer, released in 2024 through Unique Leader Records. If you're not picking up on the theme here, the band is staunchly vegan and they express a pro-animal, anti-human message through their music. Dane wears a pig mask and a butcher's apron on stage, and the intention behind their music could not be more clear-cut and brutal. Now, as someone who has their own backyard chickens and eats their eggs almost daily, it feels a little bit like stolen valor to call myself vegan compared to someone like Dane. But at the same time, it is also the easiest way for me to describe my consumption habits and my outlook on life. So I really resonate with what the band is doing thematically here, and I also really enjoy their fucking sick tunes, which I personally find to be some of the most compelling deathcore to have come out of Australia in recent years. This conversation took place outside of Bar on the Hill in Newcastle when the band was supporting I Killed the Prom Queen on their 25-year anniversary tour last month. We of course have plenty to discuss when it comes to the topic of living a life free from animal cruelty. We also cover the band's recent run on the European festival circuit, what touring with Prom Queen means to Dane, his career as a tattoo artist, some recent and for me somewhat relatable health issues. We talk about where their heads are at for the next album and plenty more. My name is Lachlan Watt, music is my life, and now I give you my conversation with Dane Evans of To The Fucking Grave. Cheers! How are you doing, man?
I'm doing well. I'm super stoked to be here. Like, with this tour, more than any I can remember, really just feel like grateful to be here. You know what I mean?
You're like me in that I Killed the Prom Queen means a hell of a lot to you, right?
Brother, I can't describe it. Like, yeah, kind of, I don't know, standing side of stage last night, say goodbye hits, and it's like, fuck, I feel myself like welling up a bit. It's crazy. Like, yeah, man. One of the first bands I ever got to, like, I'd see bands come through. I watched Cannibal Corpse as my first concert, and then the first time I watched like local shit, Prom Queen, like back at a youth center in Minto in Sydney. I think I paid $17 to go watch it. Like crazy shit. If you had told me back then I'd be here, I would have laughed in your fucking face. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a spin out.
Yeah, last night was sick. I think it was definitely like the best I've seen To The Grave play. Like huge response from the crowd. You guys must be feeling good about it all?
Definitely, bro. Yeah, it's all surreal, you know, kind of, because we're a band that kind of like, we always just move the goalposts, don't really stop and like smell the roses, see what we've like kind of achieved. But yeah, it's nights like last night where we kind of get that chance, I don't know, sit back after the set and go like, holy shit, like, especially when it's like a I don't know, older head crowd, you know what I mean? They're kind of there for Prom Queen, of course they are. And it's just like, had a lot of people coming up being like, fuck, like you guys mustn't have been around for a while. Like, it's like, shit, we've been doing it for a minute, bro. But like, it's cool to see all these guys come out and see, I guess the younger brands of it. Yeah,
because your booking agent, Andrew, was asking me like, really curious to know how you're going down, because he's like, I'm just not sure how they're going to go with the older crowd.
Yep. Yeah.
It seems to be going very well.
Pretty much, yeah. Like it's a funny thing, man. There's a lot of, I guess with these kind of crowds, we're noticing last night, like the etiquette compared to maybe some of the younger kids who it's their first few times at a show, like they take the violence thing very seriously, whereas like everyone's looking after each other at these kinds of things and really just keen to check out all the bands. Yeah. And give them a bit of love. Like, I guess there's a lot of value in that crowd in supporting the younger kids doing it. Cause you know, like, one day it could be us in that position, you know? Yeah, you feel
Everyone
that.
in their late 30s and early 40s that have been crowd surfing and moshing for 20 years. So.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Just seeing people shake the dust off and come out. It's like, okay, this is sick. Like, you know, I just hit 30, bro. So I'm like, I ain't moshing anymore, but like, fuck, Prom Queen might do it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I feel that. Feel the animal urge kind of rise, and I'm like, I'm gonna stay back here and be safe.
Yeah, bro. Colombian necktie hits. So I'm like, oh, don't do it, bro. It ain't worth it. Yeah. Like, but yeah, it's mental. Like,
Crafter fucked his back pretty good stage diving last night.
Did he really?
I think he's gonna be okay, but he was whinging about it a lot.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, at the very
end of their set. Yeah.
That's so funny, man. It, like, looked like he was having fun in the moment, but yeah, bro. Like. This is exactly what I mean. You've kind of like, this shit plays. We all forget how fucking old we are. Like, don't move like we used to, bro.
But you were saying before that you don't really stop to smell the roses or whatever it was. But you guys, really haven't stopped, I think, since the last time I had a little chat with you like this on The Racket. You guys were about to start touring. Everyone's a murderer. And it's just been non-stop.
It really has, bro. Yeah. I mean, since then, America, Europe, this is the second Australian run, maybe the third, because we did like a weekend, or if that counts. So it really doesn't feel like we've stopped, man. Like, kind of every time we want to, there's a bit of a momentum uptick. So it's like, fuck it, ride it. You know what I mean? Like,
you haven't really hit that burnout point yet. Still feeling good?
Still feeling good, man. Like, I let real life burn me out, you know, and then I get too excited to come back here and do this shit. You know, the re-entry feeling. Yeah. You get back to the real world, you're like, this sucks way worse. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was talking to Kev yesterday on the pod because he was talking about just his job and how he hasn't done this for ages and how he thought that he was kind of ready to hang it up for a while there. And I'm like, I think sometimes you need to just go back to the real world shit to kind of remember why this is so sick.
Big time, bro. Especially for those guys, like it's got to be a surreal thing coming out and seeing the response that they're getting, and they sound fucking phenomenal. Like they sound like a band that hasn't stopped. It's just been working on it. So like, that's got to be a good feeling for them. Yeah, it's the same, man.
And so you got to do all the festivals in Europe for the first time on this latest run?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, been back for about a month now, but that was crazy. Like, again, something that we were like, that one more than any, I think we were really unsure how it was going to go. We kind of know that you got to do your runs over there a few times as an Aussie artist to kind of like, for the momentum to pick up over there. And then there's like, you know, how do I say it? Everyone picks up on the fact that you guys are a thing, and we'll come out more and more. The agencies will be like, fuck it, we'll bill them higher. put them on a better stage. But it was like, even the shitter ones, we were kind of like stuck in a tent, in the early afternoon or whatever. It was still crazy receptions. Maybe they just like checking out Aussies and what they do, but like whatever it was, man, we were very stoked about it. Like,
what was the favorite highlight moment for you of playing those big festivals?
So I reckon there was a couple. The first time we got to Brutal Assault, it's in this massive like fortress, medieval fortress. And just seeing that stage for the first time, that's something I'll never forget. Like, it's the biggest fucking stage I've ever seen. And it's just like, there's no way we're playing that. But yeah, we were. Then like that spun me out. That was a sick show. And then played Motoculture Festival in France. And I think that we all kind of had the least amount of expectations for it. It wasn't the biggest bill, like when it was, but we were stuck on the smaller day.
Right.
It's still, man, a crowd, like, it's one of those moments where it's like, I can't see the crowd end. Like, went full past the nerves and just went like, fuck, I can't even, just can't be nervous about this. I don't know what it was, man. Like, whereas like rooms like last night, you can kind of see more of your mates and it's a little bit more intimate, more of our fans, everyone's speaking English. You're like, fuck, okay, I don't know. The nerves are there.
When it's like a crowd of strangers, you can kind of just have more of an out of body experience.
Exactly like that, bro. Just flight mode. The second you see a crowd like that, you're like, well, you just get frozen with the like, I guess that nervous strike, and then it's gone because you're like, fuck it. Let's like, got to live in this moment, man. And then it feels so fleeting. Like we'll play for half an hour and it just goes like that. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
I saw you posting something about there was like a vegan festival you played. Was it like a vegan music or just like, what was the go with that?
Yeah, vegan camp out in the UK. That was the last one of the tour. Again, something we didn't have we had the lowest expectations for. The whole tour, we were like, you kind of mid. So it's basically, just a big, like a foodie festival, right? Which a bunch of animal rights speakers and there were a few bands, I guess.
Was you the only like extreme metal oriented band on there? Or?
By far, man. The closest thing, a couple of bands before us was pushing punk. That's it. And we were watching them because we just loaded our shit in. I mean, it was a similar vibe to this, right? But imagine like they're playing and there's just people sitting down here eating their food. And it was like, fuck, if that's the reception we get, it's going to be kind of grim. But we submitted to the fact that we were just going to get there, eat good food, relax on the last day of tour. And then that was mental. Like all of a sudden, 500 kids come out of nowhere, like a bunch of To The Grave shirts, and just started like, like again, that no one there was too cool to mosh. And I mean, you know what I mean? Like some shows you were like, okay, there's a kind of waiting for that band, but we were that band for them. So it was just people going mental. Probably people who have never done a circle pit in their lives, like, just going, fuck it, today's...
So just like random vegan hippies at their first ever accidental...
Legit.
Like, deathcore show.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Just stumbled across it because we were loud as fuck, like, very intentionally, like, massive bass drops and just like, as soon as I had a chance, just telling everyone, hurry the fuck up, get down here. And it was like, I don't know if anybody was that loud that day, so...
I'm not sure if the cameras are picking this up, but I think it's very fitting that this is the first episode of the podcast that has animals in it. Bunch of
no shit, really?
Yeah.
And that is a hell of a crow, bro. I was watching him before, just like...
staunch.
He could easily staunch me from my phone, like, yeah.
So did you guys seek out that vegan festival or did they come across you?
They came up to us, man. We were, they've asked us a couple of years, but it was like, us just going over there for that would have been... could have been just that show, right? But this time we were like, all right, we really want to do this. At the same time, we're getting some offers for like Euro tours and then like Euro festivals and shit. So I was like, okay, maybe we can make a month out of it. So we just urged our booking agency to make it happen. And then, everything kind of fell into place like that. Like played a few, one-offs in between just to break the gaps up. But it all was actually built around that.
That one festival.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, really.
And very fitting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
The vegan food in Europe, so much easier for touring. in Australia, right?
Bro, big time. That's the thing. A lot of people ask me, it's like, dude, it must be so difficult over there. And it's like, I've heard a lot of bands kind of say that, and it's a real bitch way of looking at it. Because nah, man, like it's like again, I eat like shit, and maybe I shouldn't. Like, I definitely shouldn't, but I do. So I get over there, and
you're a fast food vegan.
I am, man. Like, yeah, I am. So, and there's good fast food options over there. Maybe it's because we're so starved of that out here that I get over there and we're just like,
get excited.
Fuck it, go to like Burger King, Pizza Hut. They've all got good shit, and it's kind of crazy. It's like living 10 years into the future for vegan food there. Like, especially in the UK, they got the Veganuary thing, really popular. So yeah, it's a lot easier. Don't let anyone tell you that it's not easy to eat vegan touring overseas. Even America, man. Like, you can always get a bean burrito somewhere. You're not going to be too stressed about it. Like, yeah.
Do you find that you have like the highest percentage of vegan fans in Europe?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. There was a few shows again in the UK, man, where it was like, felt like a mini vegan camp out because we were headlining in the UK, which again, a first for us, headlining overseas. It was like, wonder how this would go. And it was just way more vegans than we'd expected. Like we had, at every show in the UK, we had like an animal rights group from that area set up a little stall at merch and just like, show slaughter footage, hand out like information, resources, things like that, and just outreach people, but again, even they were surprised. It's like, man, there's like, we're not getting a lot of resistance here. Like a lot of people are coming up going, yeah, man, I know, like I'll buy a shirt off you, I'll donate or whatever, which was cool for them. But it's a bit of a surprise. I kind of thought there'd be a lot more, pushback on some of that stuff, but it was cool.
Do you get that much pushback anymore?
Not anymore, man. I'd say like there's always dickheads in the comments here or there, especially the more we like the post is vocal about something. But for the most part, I think it's ticked over now where we've got a bunch of vegan fans that'll get on there, just give them shit back. So
they'll do the arguing for you.
Pretty much, yeah. I got too sick of it anyway, bro. Like I ain't got time for that shit. So
yeah, must get exhausting sometimes.
It definitely did. I swore off arguing with idiots on the internet, bro. It's no point. I mean, if someone's ready to receive that message, you'll know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll always have the conversation, like rain, hail, or shine, dickhead, no dickhead, whatever. But
if someone's not actually wanting to learn and just wanting to pick a fight, you're just wasting your time.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, funny you say that, man. We had someone at the vegan camp out come up and that was one of the biggest pushbacks I've ever seen, where they were like, well, hang on, like, what about small farms? What about like backyard this and that? And it was like, man,
what are they doing at the vegan camp?
Read the fucking room, right? Like, yeah.
Did they come just for you and then were shocked by what they saw? Or
no, they came. I think they just got dragged there by a friend and then was still like, again, bought a burn your local butcher bag. We're like, man, you can't, like, there's such a funny dichotomy there. We're like, yeah, I don't know. They just wanted to buy merch and all of our merch has vegan shit on it. So I was like,
yeah, I like the banner you've got on this tour.
Kill your local animal abuser.
Yeah, nice little homage to the 2000s kill your local drug dealer merch.
Bro, thank you. Yeah, exactly. So that was a bit of a thing with our manager because he's big into Earth Crisis, like Vegan Reich, all those like old school bands, and just like anytime I throw an idea at him, he's like kind of looks at it through that lens and goes like, man, this is how I saw all that work back in the day. Yeah, like approve, disapprove. And then that one he was a little funny on until he saw it at Brutal Assault and was like, that's fucking, I love it. Like,
and it's cool because like, even if you're not a vegan, it's not something I think anyone can really push back on.
Yeah.
And say that's a message I disagree with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Or maybe not like to the full extent of murdering human beings, but the implication of that being a negative thing to do.
Exactly. Yeah, man. We do a thing every night where I'll talk about it and point to that banner and like, kill your local animal abuser. And most of the room erupts and it's like, most of the room aren't vegan, but it's something I think that.
So you can get them on side without them realizing that they are, so to speak.
Exactly, man. Like, because I was exactly in that position before the light switch flicked for me, where it was like, man, I vehemently fucking despise animal abuse, animal abusers. And then, you know, when it clicks over that, like, fuck, that's, I'm also responsible for animal abuse in aspects of my life. How can I opt out of that? And it's just like, it's a given because you've already got that, you know, you already believe in that. So just align your actions with those beliefs. You know what I mean?
Take the next logical step.
Yeah, exactly. Next logical step.
I'm really happy to be able to have Australia's most currently prominent vegan metal band on this tour, because I think, as I've told you before, like going to Prom Queen shows back in the day, and they used to have like PETA flyers and stuff at the merch desk, and that was remember a PETA flyer I got from a Prom Queen show being like the first thing that really sort of just made me kind of put the pieces together and be like, oh, this is actually an option. Like I can live. That's crazy. Live like that if I want.
Yeah, I was saying to someone the other day, one of the first like, you know, light switch moments I had was Jonah doing the PETA ad with the lamb.
Yeah.
And it was like, my first thought was like, well, lambs aren't like killed for shearing or whatever. And then it was like, but I fucking love Prom Queen. I'm going to read into this a little bit more. And then it was like, holy shit. Okay. So yeah, it's that moment where it was like, shit, I got to align my beliefs, my actions with my values here. And they had a massive part in that. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. And it's cool that they're all still vegan except for Crafter.
Yeah.
He's sold out a long time ago. Still straight edge though.
Got to keep the faith, you know, to some degree. But yeah, Crafter's a tough one. I think I think me and him had an interaction or interactions on Facebook a few years ago when I was like fresh into it, very vocal about it, had each other on Facebook. And it was like nothing ever in bad faith, but it was like, man, he's a tough one to crack. So yeah. But yeah, the rest of them vegan, right? Like,
yeah.
That's so dope. Fuck yeah.
Craft is fucking hilarious, man. One of the guys from Threshold was just like, I don't know if he'd met him before, and he's like, that cunt's fucking funny. I'm like, he sure is.
Dude, and he's so like, I don't know, we're always, how do I say it? Like, maybe like a parallel to nervous. Maybe we are just nervous being outy with like our literal idols, like the dudes we used to watch. I think like that could never be us, right? And now they're just like, as soon as we pull up, they're in our shit going like, hey boys, how you doing? Like sick shit last night. Glad to have you on. And it's like, they're all super nice and warming people. Yeah, just really happy to have us on here, man. It's a pinch yourself moment. You know what I mean? Yeah. Great dudes.
So let's talk about your music for a minute. So you released Still.
Yep.
EP, album, 7 tracks, like in between.
Yeah.
Just a release.
I like to call it a mixtape. I don't know why.
Right.
It's a lot of this one more than anything is probably like stuff we've literally lifted off the cutting room floor, just thrown back onto a record. But it was
because you've done that with the last couple of records, right? Going, hey, here's all the B-sides and and added some covers and things, and just kind of been able to push that record cycle out a bit longer.
A little bit, yeah. It's because there's stuff that we've liked from those records, like from when we were making the records, but it's like we don't want to do a 19 track album again. It just so much gets like slips through the cracks, people's attention spans. But this is a good way of, I think, it's like DLC for a game. You know what I mean? There's still that like you're still playing the game, but there's a fresh thing you can do in it. It's how I always look at these things. Like,
and what's the meaning of Still being the title, and how does that connect to Everyone's a Murderer?
It's just on the cover. It's on there really tiny, like everyone's still a murderer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's I guess the one way that I like to tie it in. Whereas like a lot of the songs on it probably don't feel like maybe they do, but to me they don't feel like they're from Everyone's a Murderer. That's why they didn't make the cut that time. But yeah, it's again within a year and a half of that record releasing, so it was like just gonna pair it in that way. You know what I mean? Not too tightly, where it was like, you know, same kind of cover, like things like that. But yeah, I thought that title was striking enough, and also like put a bit of a pin in Everyone's a Murderer. Yeah.
So you got a bit of pushback on that album title, right?
Oh yeah, on the album in general, bro. It's a lot more mosh leaning, like hardcore influence thrown like way harder in there than ever before. But we've got our reasons behind that. So
people were upset that the deathcore band got too core.
Yeah. I think
not death enough.
Couldn't have put it better myself, bro. Whereas like we went almost back to the like brass tacks with it, where it's like combine death metal and hardcore, and not muddy that any further. It's just see what happens when we love both things. We love deathcore as well, but we've done that for a couple of records. And now this to me still is deathcore, but it's more, it harkens back to when I was getting into it. There were bands that were just like all shapes and sizes. You had your Thy Arts that were deathcore, but then like, I guess like I Declare War is a good example where like, the first few times I heard like a two-step and things like that, it was like, okay, this is sick. And it's just more geared towards like a mosh, like a crowd response. And that has so far worked. We
I could see that in action last night.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's like we got real moshes coming out instead of just a mosh pit.
Yeah.
Make sense? Yeah.
You ripped out a Suicide Silence cover last night. Is that on every night of the tour? You've been doing that around the world, or is that just for this one?
Just for this one, man. We I don't know. I don't know exactly what it was, but we were just sitting there thinking, man, it's like an old school feeling tour. We feel like one of the younger bands on the tour. I mean, we are, to a degree. So it was like
giving a nod to the fact, hey, we're old heads too.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and old heads, but still feeling like a fresh band to this batch of bands. You know what I mean? Amura is another band that I've like one of the first bands I discovered checking out heavy shit. So it's like you could have easily caught us covering an Amura song with my first like, backyard bands back in the day, bro. So like, yeah, I don't know. We just thought, fuck it, rip out what's something a deathcore band would do, just to kind of like when they're playing their first few shows, they do a Suicide Silence cover. So just a bit of fun. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we just like doing, like we did a Bullet for My Valentine cover in the UK.
Oh, wow.
Just.
How did that go down?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. It's just like pig squeals through the clean chorus of it and shit. So it was like.
Fully put your own spin on it?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, we don't take, every time we catch ourselves taking everything too seriously, it's like, like a super serious band at this level wouldn't do covers on a sold out tour kind of thing. But it's like, yeah, but that's fun. So I want to have fun. We want to have fun. The crowd wants to have fun. Yeah. Throw it in there.
Did you find the crowd lit up heaps for it, or?
Yeah, bro. Like that was the hope. I mean, even if not, we still have fun doing a cover here and there. We love doing it. We've put them on records and shit like that.
Yeah, you just did the Cannibal Corpse cover?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we just dropped a Cannibal Corpse cover. So yeah, just seeing kids go mental for it, it's really fucking cool.
Was Kill the first Cannibal Corpse record you got into? It's a track off that, right?
It was, bro. Yeah, absolutely.
Same here.
It was, I think I'd heard a couple of songs prior to that. We're actually having this discussion the other day with our fill-in drummer, because he's 19. We're just going like, man, what was your like first exposure to this? And he was going, like Avenged Sevenfold, and like talking about the natural progression towards like, then he found Suicide Silence pretty quickly. I remember when someone showed me a Cannibal Corpse song, and I was like, oh, that's too heavy. Like,
we've got three birds having a play at the moment.
Let's go. Very on brand. But yeah, I was like, this shit might be too heavy for me, man. I'd gone from like Lamb of God, Slipknot, and then someone showed me like I Come Blood. I was like, oh, I get that I have to like this, but I don't know if I'm going to go home and listen to this. And then, man, it would have, within that 6-month period, 2006 or 7, stumbled across, I think it was Five Nails Through the Neck. Someone showed me that, and it was like, this sounds unreal. Like, just punishing death metal, bro. So, yeah, and then, everything else off that record did make them suffer. Like, yeah. Super dope.
I've long accused Make Them Suffer of stealing the name from that song, and they've always denied it.
Are you joking? Have they really?
Yeah, they say they did not, and they came up with it themselves.
That's
I mean, I'd believe it, but also I don't know if I would.
purely a shock to me because this whole time I've been like,
That's where I got it. Yeah.
Cannibal Corpse song, which was cooler the further they got away from that like deathcore thing. You know what I mean? It's like that's still the band that named themselves after a Cannibal Corpse song. Guess not. Sorry, guys.
So
that's funny.
How are you finding this tour compared to your last big Australian tour, like Lorna Shore? Crowds are what, like twice the size, but probably half as young.
Yeah.
What's the sort of difference in response you've been getting?
Yeah, man. I guess for Lorna Shore, that was like it was surreal for us, but that was a big example of a lot of like it was a younger crowd, but almost I don't want to say too young, but like they'd gotten a lot of them had just found Lorna Shore from like TikTok or whatever.
Yeah, it was probably their first heavy show for a lot of them.
Exactly. So we had a lot of that younger crowd coming up, going, dude, we had no idea that there was
other bands like this
in Australia. Yeah, exactly. Like around the corner from us. So like, again, that full circle moment of like me with Prom Queen, where it was like, wait, this shit happens here. Like seeing Thy Art, Prom Queen, like being that for those kids was crazy. It made me feel old as shit, but like that was really cool, man. And then this one, yeah, full other way around, where it's an older crowd going like, shit, like it's been a minute since I've checked out the local scene, but like this is cool. It's like good to see that it's still alive and kicking, So yeah, I guess that's a good difference, man. But like again, big things like on this tour, we like intimate shows, man. I like the funnest show I've ever played is like a record store, right? Just kids hanging off the ceiling and shit like that. But the etiquette at these shows, man, like you'll see people get hurt, but then immediately like stop. Like, you'll see them stop the show. You'll see them like call for medics, do everything that you're probably supposed to do. It's like you kind of just, it's a lot of swing first, ask questions later at the younger shows, which is cool. We're about that too, but it's just things you notice. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know.
So you were talking about your fill-in drummer before. You guys just can't seem to get a solid run with a drummer at the moment, right?
No, yeah, that's it.
Having a lot of bad luck with that?
I don't want to say bad luck. I mean, it could look like that, man, but I don't have, it's not like it's been a series of unfortunate events. It's just trying to find the right guy for it. You know what I mean? We're very big on, obviously, if you're with us, you've got to be vegan. It just does not make sense. I mean, I don't know how you'd want to be up here with us if you're not vegan either, right? Like it's all people want to talk to you about at merch. It's all people want to ask you about when like, I mean, wait, so you guys are like all vegan, this and that. So like, we want someone who's going to like be as about that as we are.
That's like probably got to be the hardest thing. Like drummers are already the hardest to come across, and then to find one that's vegan on top of that.
Yeah, bro.
You're in a hard place.
It's it's easier than you might think purely because of the buzz around the band. It's every time I think we're going to have a bit of a drama, like, we get kids like Connor, who's like, 19, went vegan because of our band, which like only told us this the other day. It's like vegan for a minute now, and we kind of just needed a fill in, right? So it was like, that wasn't the most important thing. We just needed someone to play the fucking drums. Obviously if you're filling in, you might not be vegan or whatever, but this kid the band did it for him. And it's just, so he
seems like he's fitting in pretty well.
He really is, man. He's smashing it. Born in 2005 is just fucking crazy, man. Like, again, that's the period of time where I'd like find these bands, you were Prom Queen. It's like, he just got spat out there and like, what the fuck?
He's a full 18 years younger than me. That makes me feel sick.
It's insane, right? Like, yeah. So half of our conversations are like, what haven't you seen or done or heard? Like, try and show you this or that.
It'd be cool having someone on tour where you're like, hey, come check this spot out. Like, we always come here.
Yeah, exactly. We took them to Five Dogs the other day, and it's just like a bit of a ritual for us. And yeah.
Are you finding the amount of vegan spots in Australia like on the decline?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm finding that.
It really is, man. It's sad as fuck to see.
I feel like over the last decade, there was like a huge kind of upswing, and then the plant-based kind of thing came along, and I don't know if it's a case of people falling off veganism or if there's just because there's plant-based options at most restaurants and stuff now that people don't have to necessarily go out of their way to get their vegan food, or maybe plant-based was more of just like a kind of trend as opposed to an actual commitment.
Well, it could be, I mean,
mix of all of that maybe.
Yeah, like I always look at it at the other side where it's like when everyone was, it felt like everyone was going vegan, you know, like shit pushing 10 years ago now. Fuck, like, you know, let's say 2017, 18, there was a big resurgence of it. You know, I can't really attribute that to like a massive spike in activism or anything, because all that's still happening. It's almost, the bar's been lifted on all that, but it's like, can you feel that in the air that there's more vegans coming, you know, like converted or whatever? No, not really. And then things like that where it's like all the good vegan spots are just kind of falling through. I wouldn't really know what it is, man. I'm like, you know, the cynical part of me wants to believe it's like, you know, lobbying, pushing back against a bunch of it, and just because like vegan food industries don't rely on like government subsidies as much as like, you know, animal ag does. So like super easy for them to stay afloat regardless. It's a lot harder for like the new like plant-based meat, you know, companies to come through and keep a foothold.
And I think even for me, like cost of living kind of stuff, like I'd usually just buy vegan cheese by default all the time, and it's like you look at it and it's like $8 or whatever. I'm like, I might skip it this time. Yeah,
it's insane. Because we're not getting paid anymore out here. Like it's just everything is getting more expensive. True, man. Like I heard there was a place in Newcastle I was supposed to visit on a Beta or something like that. I forget the name. I'm probably butchering it. Sorry, but like apparently it was in a spot just like this, like really similar to this, and it was like, man, that'd be the first thing I'd think if I walked in. Like, how are they keeping the lights on in Newcastle, all vegan spot with this much kind of space? You know, you see places in Newtown, like in Sydney, or like even Brunswick and Melbourne, just kind of they're not there for long because the rent's too high. Yeah, like find myself asking a lot of vegan places that, especially the ones I really like, how are you guys doing? And it's like, you know what I mean? Am I going to come back next month and there's a fucking for sale sign here?
I went to Tea Master in Brisbane a couple of days ago. It's still there. Still the best. My favorite restaurant in the country.
It's a little, like almost a hole in the wall kind of spot. Yeah, dude.
Taiwanese vegan restaurant.
So funny. We forgot about that.
Great. It's the best.
Yeah. It's so dope. We stumbled across that once actually, walking past, and it was like vegetarian menu, you know, like they mean vegan. Like, yeah, it's one of the sickest meals I've ever had. It's like, you ever been to a Loving Hut?
Yeah.
It's that vibe, but just tiny and like wholesome.
Yeah, the lamb curry meal set is my death row meal.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah.
That's dope. Fuck, I gotta figure out a death row meal. Shit, that could be.
Figure it out right now. You're on the spot. What is it?
Shit, man. I'd want to say purely because I see them dropping like flies, man. I was a big Lord of the Fries head.
Yeah, that goes back to what we were just saying, but Lord of the Fries has even just been disappearing.
Yeah, bro. Like maybe expanding too big, but like
I heard there was bad management, but I don't really know.
That's the rumor, right? That's the word on the street. Is I mean, they blew up and expanded like fucking crazy. My answer, by the way, HSP, Lord of the Fries, just insane. Nice. Can't seem to replicate that at home, no matter how hard I try. So like, just that one flavor that like, man, if that goes, I'm gonna go Postal, and then yeah. I'd say it's that.
Do you do much cooking?
Out of pure necessity, yeah. I'm not a great cook, but again, it goes back to the start, man. I'll always work overtime to make sure that I can just buy food. Maybe it's probably a very silly habit, but yeah, man. I especially because I just moved down to Melbourne, right? So I
didn't even know that. How long have you been in Melbourne for?
About 6 months, bro.
Oh,
I'm in Carlton now, so
I missed that. Damn.
Yeah, I was a little low key about it. It was more for the tattooing, but just being around so many options, like fuck.
So that means half of To the Graves in Melbourne now.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Gonna start hearing like Melbourne pick calls in the songs now, and just yeah. But yeah, it's that yeah, that to me is that's my home now. I got so sick of Sydney for a while. I've got a lot of love for it because I grew up there, but so fucking expensive. Again, all the vegan spots just fell. So you go to Melbourne and it's like, all right, it's refreshing. It's artsy and music and what everyone says, like food, it's blowing up down there. So
yeah, I felt pretty similar about getting out of Brisbane and moving down to Melbourne, like 11 or 12 years ago or something now.
That long? Really? Yeah. Fuck. Damn.
Still got a lot of love for Brisbane, but it's too small. I had to get out of it.
Yeah.
Melbourne is just so much nicer.
It really is, man. It's like, it's cheaper. That was my first thing where it's like, I'm pretty close to the city and I'm paying what I would be paying living an hour out of my CBD in Sydney. And for fucking what? Like there's, I'm around so much good shit. I can walk to work. I can walk to most good food places, even walking through like graffiti alleys and shit where it's like in Sydney, they'll just buff that straight away. Whereas like, that's my childhood right there. You know what I mean? I love seeing that shit. Just seeing kids getting artistic and...
You still doing much of the graph stuff?
No.
You gotta incriminate yourself?
No, not really, man. Like I try to funnel it into my tattooing or whatever. Yep. Like if I ever meet someone who's like slightly hood about it, I'm gonna be like, dude, if you ever want something graph related, that tickles that part of my brain and then I don't have to go and commit a crime. So
how is the tattooing going for you?
It's going well, man. It's it's good. It's kind of funny because I get that I've worked for it, right? But like the band does help. A lot of fans do come and get tattooed or whatever while there is a noticeable dry patch in everyone else's, time. So it's like,
yeah, most tattooers I know are always talking about how they're struggling.
Yeah, man.
Business is down.
I mean, it's always, I don't take for granted the good times because it could easily be a struggle the next week or the week after. So it's got me trying to be, again, cooking a little bit more. Like I wasn't big on tofu until very recently, man. It's crazy. Like I've been vegan 8 years and would just dodge it like the plague. But lately it's been like, wait, no, hang on. If you cook this properly, like,
yeah,
even if you don't sometimes, it's like, it's not that bad. Just fucking,
put in an extra 20 minutes of work to marinate it in something sick and
pretty
leave it
much,
in the fridge for an hour or two before you cook it.
Or even I'm just going to like Asian grocers and finding the stuff that's just like in a bag full of fucking, I don't know, sweet chili or whatever. And it's like sick. That's cutting it. Like zero complaints. Plus when it's in there with everything else, man, like just feels like any other like protein really. So yeah, haven't had a complaint. It's been one of those eye-opening moments where it's like, man, this is fuck easy to cook. I can easily get home and just like, put some shit together in a pan, make it happen and be pretty satisfied. So like compared to people who can cook, I wouldn't say I can, but I can do my thing. I can throw something together, not be too mad about it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You've had some issues with your health in the last year with your hearing. I'm kind of intrigued. How is that all going for you and what actually happened there? So
first, it's going well. I guess I'll answer the first one first because I'm pretty grateful every day that I can still hear, right? But first thing that I remember happening, man, I went swimming a few years ago, and I guess that feeling of having water in your ear never went away. Then went through the doctors and all that. They couldn't really figure out what was going on. They kept trying to like clean my ears out, and that literally just triggered something called I can't pronounce it. It's a long as fuck word, cholesteatoma, something like that. So I had a non-cancerous tumor behind my eardrum, which I've had on both sides now. So to get to those, they had to surgically remove my eardrums and then get a skin graft from my tragus, make a new eardrum. So I've got fake eardrums now.
You can still hear through the mock-up eardrums.
Yeah. Granted, it's at a very limited capacity. I think when I got the first one done, they were like, all right, that's at you can hear 70% of your hearing just when I go and get a hearing test, right? Now it's closer to 50. So got half my hearing gone after that. So I'm super cautious now about
earplugs.
Yeah, everything. And people ask me all the time, like, oh, it had to be the loud music. And it's like, that is a way cooler answer than the
I wish.
I went swimming. Yeah, right? Like, my body just broke one day and never fucking sorted itself out. But again, man, it's going well. I'm very grateful that I can still hear. I don't know.
You're lucky that they're non-cancerous tumors.
Very, man. Very. There's a scary period there where they didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as you know, man, I know exactly how terrifying that shit
Brother,
is.
exactly, yeah. So just count my lucky stars every day that it wasn't. And
so if they weren't cancerous, like, why did they have to get them out exactly? Were
it
they
was
just growing non-stop or something?
Yeah. So they were like just a collection of skin cells, I guess, basically, that were like, the fear was that they'd move towards my middle ear. You know, I guess that's closer to my brain kind of thing. And just, it was fucked. I can hear better now than I could when they were behind my eardrum.
Right.
That was why I went and get them checked out. And then it started happening with my right ear, and I was like, that's not normal, that I can hear better out of the one that I had surgery on than the one that I haven't. So I went and got that checked out. They're like, yeah, you got another one. Okay, sick. So again, surgery.
It's crazy to me that they didn't pick up on that when you went in for the first one.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I did all the scans and everything. It was, crazy thing to me is that I went in with really bad pain in my ear to the doctor. It's like, yeah, just got water in my ear. Really worried about it. It's hurting. I can't hear. First thing he did was flush it with water. And I remember leaving the doctors that day going like, well, that feels worse. Within 3 days, I had to go to the emergency and just like, this is killing me. It feels like my brain's going to try to crawl out of my skull. It's crazy, man. So yeah, the whole, I guess as well, I was pretty lucky that the ones I went to did pick up on it, took it seriously, because there were a couple that didn't. I could have easily found more of those and ended up.
You mean like doctors that just misdiagnosed the problem?
Yeah, exactly. Just trying to maybe get me in and out and probably my fault for not going straight to emergency when it was like, I can't hear. That's probably not normal, instead of just go see the GP about it. But yeah,
no, I understand that too. I was having mini seizures for years that I just ignored.
Really?
Because I'd just be dehydrated after a big night out or something and get this kind of sensation of the world kind of closing in a little bit and sound kind of getting a bit funny, like whoa, whoa, whoa. And I was like, and I just I guess I've just fucked myself from partying too hard. Let's not think about that. And then after a couple of years of that happening, a big fucking one happened, and I had a proper seizure, and it was like, oh, hey, yeah, you got a big tumor in your brain.
No way. No, man, I'm like...
So yeah, the moral of the story is don't fuck around with your health. Yeah,
big time, man. And fuck cancer. Pretty... again, count my lucky stars, man, because if I'm in a room with 5 people, I know 3 of them have been affected by it. It's so super fortunate. It's crazy that I can still hear, given everything that they've been through. It's very lucky. Could have easily gone left instead of right there, so it's
kind of sick that you're almost like a bionic cyborg in a way with skin crafted eardrums. I've never even heard of that. I didn't know that was a thing you could do.
Yeah, man. Well, there's the next level above that is they're going to stick I guess the reason why I can hear, right, a lot of people don't know is eardrums aren't the thing that, aren't the instrument that you hear from. It just helps sound travel to your cochlea or whatever. I probably butchered that as well, but it's funny. If I press I'm playing music out of my phone, stick it to my ear, I can hear it. If I stick it to the bone on the back of my ear,
you can hear it better.
Way clearer. So, man. So what they can do, again, it's another surgery they want to do on my ear, but I can't be fucked right now because I've just been through one 2 months ago. but they can, cochlear implant, and then I am getting cyborgy, Yeah. Pretty. I just don't want to go through another fucking surgery right now.
Yeah, no, fuck that, man.
Yeah.
Having your skull cut open is horrific.
Yeah, man, that's it. Like I got a massive scar behind both ears where it's like you can tell they've just like pulled my ear over like a big flap and just done the surgery. And it's like, man, the thought of them getting into that again is just like it shivers. So
yeah, when I was going in for my first surgery, I remember thinking like, you know what I'm gonna do? Like, I get a fucking sick tattoo like over this scar and just like,
yeah,
it's gonna be fucking dope. And then afterwards, I'm like, actually, I don't think I want anything sharp going near my head ever again.
Yeah, legit. So I got my head tattooed after the first one because the scar went down a little bit, almost to the point where I couldn't feel it. But man, when there's a fucking needle going through it, different story. So yeah, probably made a good choice, bro. Like it's fucked. I don't like getting tattooed on the best of days, man, but let alone like scar tissue, that when it's like, it's just tender.
Yeah, finally in the last year, I got this massive scar on my arm that you can't even see anymore. So
you can't
finally
see it, man.
Got it tattooed over, but I had to sort of put in a bit of work at the gym to get some more muscle on that arm because it was just like scar on the bone. And
yeah, wow.
I had a lot of numbing cream on that for that, which I don't normally do.
Yeah, dude, I bet that would have been essential. Like I tattoo a lot of scars, and it's just, when you're getting closer, when you're hitting scar tissue, like the reaction's always different. Yeah, man, some people are just fearless with it, especially, scars that they've made happen themselves, and it's just like they need them gone, they need them hidden. People are tough, man, like, but it's cool to be able to do that, so.
What's your favorite part of the body to tattoo?
Favorite's got to be, man, I've gotten a lot better with faces. I want to say it's this is going to sound super rude, but like it cuts the small talk to a complete minimum, man, when it's like I've got a needle near someone's face and it's like everything you say
is going to risk fucking this up.
Yeah, exactly. So like I can focus like a motherfucker. They can zone out, close their eyes, whatever they need to do to get through it. And it's also just a cool thing for me, man. I used to like see face tattoos and be like, fuck, I want one. Like, how do people do that to other people? And now it's just like, it's low key the funnest thing ever, man. Just about every other spot on the body you can kind of worm around on. Like your torso sucks to get tattooed. Like things like the wrist. A lot of people come for their first tattoos to get it on their wrist, and it's like,
it's one of the worst spots to get.
It sucks, man.
They just want a little cute circle in their wrist or something, and it's agony.
Yeah, you just got to tell them, like, man, they don't all suck like this. Other side, you're laughing, like, just little bits where you can see all the veins and all the little bits and pieces, like, tend to suck. So I would much rather, like, force someone's head down, just I can get it done.
Stab them in the face.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's just
shut up while I stab your face, please.
Bro, yeah. And it's that, like, I was doing one at an expo once, and it was just like, you look around and it's like, I'm the only one that I can see that's like tattooing just dark shit down this dude's face. Everyone else is working on their like 2-3 day projects up a sleeve or a back or whatever. And it's like, oh, fuck that. We're going like old school with it. Just get my coil out and
What's your favorite style to tattoo?
I like black work. I like deathcore script, man. Like, it seems to be the thing people are asking me to do lately. It's like, that was how
because you design a bunch of logos and stuff for bands too, yeah?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So it was kind of, when I'm not tattooing, that's what I'll try and do, just heavy art for bands. So seeing those cross paths and people being like, no, I want something as close to what you draw for like bands on my back or whatever. That was something I did quite recently. And it was like, he didn't want it to look like calligraphy or like any of the usual kind of dark stuff you see. He's like, I want a fucking deathcore logo, shoulder to shoulder. Like, cool, I'm that guy then, I guess. Like,
how many To The Grave logos have you tattooed on people?
Bro, more than I can count. Like, literally more than I can count. Like, it's kind of not to be rude either, but it's kind of fucking annoying because they're like, that logo is just so many little bits and pieces, and people usually want it in a smaller spot. Like, not that I'll ever say no, because it's always a surreal moment doing it. And when I can nail it, high risk, high reward type beat. But it's but I'll say that about most tattoos, man. It's just I'm never in a complete Zen moment tattooing. It's always trust the process. At several points, it'll look like a fucking mess. It'll look like shit at points. And then get to the end of the day, there we go. You know what I mean? It's all come together, but yeah.
And what's To the Grave got happening after this tour? Are you guys thinking much about the next album yet, or you still got a bit of touring left in you for this one?
Bro, it would not be To the Grave if we weren't ADHD onto the next thing, sick of it, write the next thing, so we already are. But we're trying to, we've got Hellbound next year, October next year. That's the only thing that we've got properly booked, but we want to do a big headliner. We want that to kind of coincide with something new, something big, whether that's just getting announced or whatever. We can't, I want to do one more big thing before we take some sort of break from making music or whatever, you know what I mean? Especially because Everyone's a Murderer was so, love it or hate it. I want to see if we can, we're literally making a sequel to our second record, Director's Cuts. So that's all the spoilers anyone's really getting lately is it's trying to be a successor to that. But if they think we're not going to make it sound still not going to throw the hardcore elements in there, they're kind of mistaken.
So what's going to make it a sequel specifically?
It's going to make it a sequel. So certain things about that record that I think really define it for me. It was very theatrical. We threw a bunch of the orchestras at it, I guess almost what you'd expect from a Lorna Shore track, right? Or better example, maybe Ice Nine Kills. That was a big band that I was listening to a lot when they were coming through, when we were making that record, because it was shit, it's horror inspired, super heavy shit, but where you can hear the influence behind the movie, behind the whatever in the song itself. So I really liked that. Wanted to do a bit of that. Chainsaw samples all through it. Little all the dumb shit like that. So we're gonna always go back to that, because Everyone's a Murderer didn't really have any of that. It was us and our instruments. We really liked that. It felt raw. I'm gonna go back to a big theatric vibe. There's a song on that called Found Footage where it was almost a rap thing, but it was storytelling where we talk about activists going onto a farm. They plot and plan for ages, look at the blueprints of this place, because it's very speaks on real experiences that I'm familiar with, on activists going through this and everything they risk to go and get even a bit of footage of animal cruelty to try and expose these places or whatever. And it's just everything that can go wrong. You risk your freedom, your safety, everything.
I was reading something in the news recently about a court ruling that was just about a bunch of footage that just can't be released.
Yep.
Because it was the courts decided it was the slaughterhouse's intellectual property or something insane.
Yeah, they kind of got copyright claimed basically, which is fucking insane. That's super dangerous for free speech and things like that. So where these companies don't have to be transparent, they can, you know what I mean? I remember there were campaigns at the start of me, coming aware of animal rights, where it was we've got to get CCTV in slaughterhouses. We've got to get more transparency on these places. Now we've got it, but they don't have to show anybody. They can have it monitored by they don't have to have a third party monitor it. They can just
monitor it in-house and be it's all good.
Looks all good. I mean, of course it would to you guys. The only thing they care about is money. So yeah, man. And that footage was super fucked.
You seen it?
Yeah. Dublin Piggery in I think it's South Australia.
Do you get involved in much of the direct action stuff personally?
I did, man. Yeah, for sure. I remember a point where I'd even have activists tell me man, what it's looking like we're going to do is go and tell the world about it is probably going to be at risk if I ever get caught doing any of the shit that I used to do.
It would fuck your touring career if you
Big
went
time.
too hard.
Big time. And there's only so long people can like be excited about a guy who's like in jail, you know, like kind of, now trust me, I'm going to make music about it when I get out or whatever. It's just like, cool, man, attention spans dip. So like, but yeah, definitely when I went vegan because of activists, and then, you know, crazy moments where I'd like, I think the next week after seeing some like outreach video on my phone, met the guy in the city, just bumped into him, was like, no fucking way. I watched you on Facebook last week arguing with a guy on the street about veganism. Everything you said made complete sense. His name is Paul Bashiri, runs Anonymous for the Voiceless. First dude to ever like hold me accountable and be like, so what are you going to do about it? You know, like talk to me like an adult about it, because I'm there talking a big game going, yeah, I love animals, man. I'd do anything for animals. It's just like, okay, here's something very simple you can do. 3 times a day, you make a choice to exploit animals or not. What are you going to do from now on? How many animals deserve to be killed, exploited for you from now on? And it was like, you know, 0, more than 0. It was like, fuck, man, no one's ever asked me like that before, but like it has to be 0. And it's like, cool, like, so vegan now, right? It's like, yeah, vegan now. And then the urge to just get out there, you know, it's not enough being vegan when we've got what we've got happening, you know, animals right here, right now, in an hour in any direction, being stabbed relentlessly, mercilessly, on repeat, what feels like 24/7 for no good reason. It's not enough to be vegan. We have to speak up. Like the same with any kind of rights issue, any injustice. If it was you in that position, you'd want people to get you out now. You don't want baby steps. You don't want, we'll try. You don't want, you know, you don't want people to like, oh, well, we'll share recipes. We'll do the like picnic thing. It's like, no, fuck that. Like, get me out of my goddamn cage. Get me, that dude's got a knife with my name on it. Get me the fuck out of here. That's how we'd all want to be treated. It's how we'd want to be advocated for. So that fire's never left me, man, where it's like, you know, it could easily be me or any of us in that position, which is very lucky we're not. Or, you know, even if you want to look at your pets at home, the animals that you love, the companion animals, you go like, fuck, it could be them. It is them in other cultures, right? Like, yeah. So how would you feel? Would you want people to take their time, or would you want them to break the locks, get you out? Like, you'd want that. So yeah, man, I was active. I'm still a big, like, if the music ever dries up, I'm going to be right back out there. Like, hopefully I don't have to be, but for sure, man. Yeah.
I love and respect the passion.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Have you ever played this venue before? Bar on the Hill?
No, man. No, never. It's yeah, we played what? Hombre Records, like old school, Cambridge, Hamo Hotel. All
the regular 300, 400 caps.
Yeah, man. So this is cool though. Just yeah, I don't know. Very curious to see what tonight's like.
I reckon it's going to be rowdy.
You think so? Yeah. Newy hardcore is a thing lately.
Newcastle on the weekends usually involves a lot of alcohol and
sick. Okay, man.
So it should be good.
Yeah, dope. I'm super excited, man. Again, just pinching ourselves on this whole tour regardless. If we have a shit show, we're like, I'm still going to get to watch I Killed the Prom Queen. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Okay, dude. Well, before we wrap it up, is there anything else you'd like to talk about or say?
Yeah, man. I just, I wouldn't be right if I didn't say, like, you know, no more, like, if you're thinking about it, even if you're not, no more excuses, no more arguments. They're all like, the further in you'll find it's all bullshit. Just go vegan. Way easier than you think. It more than likely is an action that would align with your beliefs. If you're against animal cruelty, if you believe in justice to any capacity, you should be vegan. So that's the sole purpose of my band. You know, comes before anything else. So that's, you know, if you're listening to me yap for this long, that's you got to take anything away from it. That's what I want you to take away. Yeah, bro.
Sweet. Well, thanks so much, Dane.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. And thank you for having us, man.
My pleasure.
Legend.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for listening to Music Is My Life. This podcast is self-produced by me, Lachlan Watt. I'd like to thank Audio Technica Australia for providing the high-quality equipment that has made this possible, as well as Patrick Galvin at Hollowbone Studio for the design. The killer theme music that you are currently hearing was written by the legends TJ Cowgill and Sam Saljuki. Catch you in the next episode.